Hi folks, this is Jason, and welcome to my review of Crysis 3. Now, as someone who's more a lover than a fighter, and prefers playing campaign missions over multiplayer deathmatches, I actually liked Crysis 2. A large part of that was due to your main character's various nanosuit abilities, which made it quite fun to go against the throngs of human and alien foes in the previous game. Fast forward to 2 years later, and now we have the latest iteration of the franchise, Crysis 3. Now, for folks who played the previous game, Crysis 3 essentially expands on the gameplay found in Crysis 2. Although it isn't quite as linear, and the stages are a bit more open. Now, while suit abilities may feel like old hat to veterans of the franchise, they still manage to set Crysis 3 apart in a genre that many consider to be overdone and overpopulated. You can still engage your Cloak in order to stealthily skulk around and ambush unsuspecting foes. What? Well, not like that, but you get the drift. You can also activate armor mode when things start getting a bit hairy to give yourself added survivability. Meanwhile, Nano Vision gives you extra recon options such as Heat Vision on top of your suit's ability to mark foes, so you can keep track of hostile targets. You can also use points found in the course of playing the game to customize your powers, including longer stealth times, improved health, and kicked up regeneration. You can even save up to 3 combinations for easier switching. Now, one of the things I've always enjoyed about Crysis was the ability to go either the stealth route or approach things more aggressively depending on your playstyle. Mine leans heavily toward using stealth to kill as many opponents as possible, for example, while some may prefer stealthing all the way to checkpoints and avoid as many foes as they can. Others may stealth sparingly and prefer to armor up and take cell guards and set aliens mano a mano. Now, in Crysis 3, the same principles remain, although you will realistically need some combination of these various playstyles in order to be more efficient and have the most fun in the game. My cousin, for example, tends to be an aggressive FPS player, but I noticed he started incorporating more stealth into his repertoire after his Quentin Tarantino-style approach kept getting himself killed. Like Bill. Enemy AI, on the other hand, can be hit and miss. At times, they're Einstein smart and use strategies like flanking. Then there are times when they frag themselves and exhibit the same stupidity I basically did when I decided it was a great idea to high-kick a tree branch at a Great America theme park. No, that did not end well. Speaking of playstyles, Crysis 3 also serves up a diverse array of weapons to suit your chosen method of death dealing. In addition to modern-style rifles, shotguns, and pistols, you also have a bow, which especially lends itself well for stealthy play. This would actually be a good time to make a Hunger Games joke, but the memories of falling on my butt at Great America has kind of killed my humorous mood right now for some reason. Anyway, you've also got some more alien-looking armaments, which look pretty cool. You know, I wish I had an alien weapon when that stranger pointed and laughed at me at Great America. I would have felt a lot less shame if I could have at least made him pee his pants with an alien flamethrower. No, I'm not letting that stuff go. Anyway, I think the weapons in Crysis 3 sound good and feel pretty solid, making this a very well-controlling game, so that's another plus. Of course, we can't talk about Crysis without talking about graphics, and for a console game, this looks really good. Crysis, for example, has always excelled well with foliage, and post-apocalyptic New York looks especially nice. Even the water effects look good, and I could only imagine how well this game looks like overall on a PC when using max settings. Now, for multiplayer, you've got several modes, including staples such as Deathmatch, but the most memorable one so far is Hunter Mode. This pits 2 invisible hunters against a group of cell operatives, who have to hold out for a certain amount of time. The fact that down cell operatives respawn as hunters adds a certain level of fun to this mode. Of course, one of the issues with Crysis 2 was the fact that multiplayer was pretty much dead in less than a year, so I'm not sure exactly how Crysis 3 multiplayer will hold up on that end. Now, as with most shooters, especially sequels that are already in their third rodeo, so to speak, the biggest challenge for Crysis 3 is offering an experience that's fresh enough to leave a memorable impression. If this is your first time playing Crysis, that's less of a problem thanks to the suit abilities. For veterans of the series, however, there will admittedly be a bit of a been-there-done-that vibe with the suit, so it won't feel as new. Presentation of the series so far, and the overall pacing is good despite having fewer missions. Players who especially like Crysis 2 will likely enjoy this one, as will folks who like dabbling in a solid shooter with a good campaign. This is Jason once again, and thanks for watching my video review of Crysis 3.